Hello friends, Kevin here with your special edition Tea Time Thursday. Today what we're going to be talking about is a swing fault on the downswing called early extension. Early extension, actually no PGA Tour professional displays this fault, however about 60 to 70% of your amateur will. So what we're looking for in the downswing, and if we look at me from the side here, as I come through the ball and make impact with the ball, my hips should stay back against the line. In early extension, what we generally will see, as the person comes down towards the ball towards impact, the hips will actually start to move forward. What this will do, it creates a very inconsistent shot because one, the hands aren't able to kind of get into the ball as well as we'd like, and two, you're going to lose a lot of power. So in order for us to address early extension, what we're going to want to look at is hip mobility, or how well the hips move, hip stability, or how strong the hips are, and also your ability to disassociate the trunk from the lower half. So the first thing we want to do to address early extension is actually take a look at how strong the hips are. So the best exercise for the back of the hips is actually a single leg squat or a single leg deadlift. So in order to achieve the motion, you're going to be on one foot, and what you're going to be doing, little bend in the knee, so depending on the squat or the deadlift, little bend in the knee. For the squat, you're going to be bending the knee, bending the hip, and reaching down towards the ground, almost as if you're grabbing the ball from the bottom of the cup, versus a deadlift, your knee is actually going to stay in that same position, and you're actually hinging from the hips. So reaching down and coming back up. So the second thing that you're going to want to do to address early extension is actually address the hips, but because we already talked about the hips in our sway and slide video, which you haven't seen, go back and check out. We're actually going to want to address the mobility of the ankle, or the flexibility of the ankle. So one way we're going to do that is actually stretch the back of our calves. And you have two muscles back in the calf, your soleus and then also your gastroc. To get both, what you're going to do, actually the gastroc first, you're actually going to start with a fairly straight leg, almost like you're pushing over the wall, keeping the heel against the ground and lunging forward like so. So you should feel a nice stretch kind of in the higher area of the calf. To get the lower area of the calf, you're actually going to bend your knee first and then still come in the lunge, okay? So the third thing that we're going to do to address early extension is actually use a foam roller or anything that you have that basically you can put behind you, and then some sort of weighted object as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to place foam roller right behind you. Your hips are going to be right on it. You're going to get into your address position. And what you're going to do from here, because the other thing for early extension is you want to keep your hips coming backwards, is actually keep your hips against the foam roller. And what you're going to do from there is you're actually going to turn the club, come back to the center, and then turn the club. And then if you're doing this incorrectly, the foam roller will actually drop from behind you, and that's kind of a fault of early extension. Last but not least, early extension can also be caused by the club. So if the club is too long or if it's too heavy, and it can also be related to your ball position as well. So if the ball is too far out in front of you, these are all things that your local golf professional can also help you out with, so it's always good to consult them after you've been seen by a physical therapist. Other than that, thanks for following during the month of June. If you have any questions regarding any of the videos, regarding your body's abilities, or even the game of golf, feel free to come into a golf wellness program, and we'll be happy to evaluate you here at Breakthrough. Other than that, hit them straight.